everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Scholastic Sports Showcase. Today, this is what sports writers throughout the region have been calling the game. And, of course, we're talking about the Eastern Final involving the Bulldogs of Berwick, who are hosting the Barons of Manheim Central. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Memorial Stadium here in Wilks-Barre, Pennsylvania. We hope that you're going to enjoy this football game. Joining alongside in the booth from WLYH-TV down in Lebanon, Stephen Johns. And Stephen, anytime you got a quarterback that's thrown for 2,000 yards, two kids that run for over 1,000 yards, you're talking about a potent offense.
Absolutely. Well, two potent offenses. Their records speak for themselves. Both ball clubs coming into this game with records of 13-0. Manheim Central head coach Mike Williams says plainly, Matt Nagy, quarterback for the Barons, is going to have the game of his life. He comes into this ball game having thrown out for over 2,000 yards this year, as well as 21 touchdowns. For him to be successful this afternoon, he's also going to have a great effort from his offensive line. They're going to have to buy him some time and, of course, open up some holes for running back Chris Barnett.
You know, when you're talking about coming in here being Manheim Central, boy, there's an awful lot at stake. When you take on the Dogs of Berwick, you're talking about taking on the #1 team in the nation, according to USA, and you're talking about a possible playoff berth headed into the state championship next weekend. Neil Bennett, what about it? The Berwick Bulldogs, they're a little banged up, but they're a little bit bigger.
Well, the main man they're missing is their top tackler, Kishba, on the season. He was their leading tackler when he went down in the Hazleton area game. Other than that, they're healthy. An oddity for the Berwick Bulldogs, 7 of their defensive starters are underclassmen, so that may be a difference in the ball game later on. Scoring-wise, 3 backfield members have 16 touchdowns apiece, so the scoring's balanced, everything's balanced. Roger, it's all been said, it's all been written. Let's play football.
And, you know, when we talked to George Curry before the game, he said he'd like to see a low-scoring ball game. We're going to see what happens when we come back here to Scholastic Sports Showcase. It's the AAA Eastern Final here on PCTN. Special broadcast going down to WLYH-TV in Lebanon.
Off with the Hershey Bears for another smashing, crashing season. Don't miss the thrills, the chills. Grab the excitement of Hershey Bears hockey most Saturday and Wednesday nights at Hershey Park Arena. Call 534-3911 for tickets and schedule information. Hershey Bears hockey. It's in your face.
Even when it's cold, it's hot. It's Christmas in Hershey Park. It's Christmas Candy Lane. It's Santa and Friends. Oh, what fun it is to ride. It's the aroma of hot chocolate. It's a holiday pageant for the whole family. Ask about special overnight packages at the Hotel Hershey or the Hershey Lodge. Reserve your special Christmas rate today. Hershey Park's Christmas Candy Lane. November 10th to December 31st.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium here in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Berwick has kicked off. Manheim Central has the football at their own 22-yard line.
First down.
And before the first play was run, a 5-yard penalty, which will set up a 1st and 15, spot the ball back on the 15-yard line. And Matt Nagy is the man who is up and under center. And we're set to go with this AAA Eastern Final. Again, it's to Joe Doherty, and boy, Doherty is racked. There's a fumble on the play. We're going to see who has it. We're waiting on the official call. That was quite the hit. And Manheim Central says they still have it. What a lick. Doherty ran into a brick wall. Let's take the opportunity to set for you the Manheim offense. And we have an official's timeout here. We have a player shaken up and injured. Meanwhile, here's the way the Manheim Central Barons will look on offense. It's Hauser, Butch, Weaver, Foot, and Moore. They are the big guys. And the down linemen, Keating, Ziegler, and Kolk make up the receiving core. And in the backfield, it is Nagy, Barnett, and Doherty.
Doherty was the player shaken up on the play. The trainer came out on the field. He will have to go out for at least one play. He's averaging 9 yards a carry on the season, Roger.
3 yards on the play for the Barons. This time they'll see one lone remaining setback. And Nagy looking to throw. Puts it up and off the fingertips of the receiver on the far sideline. That's Joe Keating, who comes up with the incompletion. Let's set the Berwick Dog defense for you. This is what Berwick looks like on the defensive side of the football. Dignan, Henry, Kyle, Mason, and Bowman are your down linemen. The linebackers made up of Dyer and Moore, and in the secondary, it is Sakirko, Lockard, Mason, and Margani. Third down and 12. Nagy looking to put it up again. This time has the man. That's complete Eric Ziegler, and he's run out of bounds. We're going to wait on the spot that's close to the first down, and it's going to be about a yard short.
Well, a 5-yard penalty might have cost them on this one, Roger, as they recovered the penalty yardage, but they didn't get the original 10 that they needed. Coming up about a yard short on 4th down, Manheim will have to punt.
Roger, Neal, if this is any indication as to how this day is going to go, Manheim Central is in deep trouble. Right off the bat, first possession, Berwick's defense setting the tone here this afternoon.
And so Manheim Central going to kick this away with a 4th and 2. Smith and Lockhart are the end. Smith steps up, he fumbles it, and recovered by Manheim Central at the 45-yard line of Berwick. Falling on the football, Rob Guide. That's so a big break as we give you another look at the play.
High sky, no clouds to form a backdrop on this. He's got to look for the ball all the way against the sun, and it comes up a 24-yard gain on the turnover for Manheim Central. They have the ball 1st and 10 at the Berwick 45.
Brian Smith, the receiver on that punt, in a big break, first of the ball game, and for Manheim Central, who tries to turn it into some points.
Manheim Central with the first big break of the game. We have a timeout on the field. This one taken by Manheim Central. And they want an opportunity to talk this one over, and it's an opportunity for us to tell you that the first quarter of today's game is being brought to you by Annie's Hotel in Berwick, serving breakfast from 7 to 11 a.m. Annie's also has roasted chicken daily, and every Wednesday night is wing night at Annie's Hotel, 811 Vine Street in Berwick. Pleased to sponsor the first quarter of today's game. Manheim Central taking a timeout. And let's take this opportunity to send you to the 4th member of our broadcast team on the sideline, Canio Costanzo.
Okay, gentlemen, thanks a lot. As you well know, both of these two teams offensively, high-octane offenses. Well, the defenses are pretty good as well. Manheim Central, 5 shutouts on the season. Berwick, meanwhile, has limited their opponents in the playoffs to 16 points. And oh, by the way, when both teams were announced, it was the defenses of Manheim Central and Berwick that were announced, not the offenses. That's how important the defenses are to this ball game.
Thank you, Canio. First down and 10 for the Barons of Manheim Central. From the 45-yard line, they got the big break off of the fumbled punt. And that's going to bring a flag. Looked like Canadian football there for just a little bit, Neil.
2 men in motion, exactly that, Roger. Canadian League style. Second 5-yard penalty to go against the Barons of Manheim Central.
We have a dead ball. False start.
Ball is just now on the Manheim Central side of the 50.
A lot of nerves setting in so far early on. The kids out there trying to get comfortable and get into the flow of the ball game. You'll see it happen.
Matt Nagy, 6'2", 185 pounds. He's a senior. He has led his team to 13-0 here on the 1995 season. This is Eric Ziegler, and Ziegler gets a couple and then is gang tackled at about the 41-yard line. So they get the penalty back plus about 4, and that'll give us an opportunity for us to show you what the quarterback matchup is going to look like here on the day. As you get a look, that's Nagy on the left from Manheim Central, and Stephen Johns, why don't you take this for us?
Well, look at the numbers. Very impressive on both sides of the football. Just 5 interceptions apiece. Their completion percentage, perhaps the most impressive statistic for both of these youngsters.
You can see how very close these two teams are from that position. Nagy wanted to go option on that one and couldn't find his man, and then luckily the ball goes out of bounds.
They tried the option play without the sideline. That would have been a good play, but unfortunately the man he was wanting to throw to was out of bounds on the play, and it went out of bounds to retain possession. Good cut on the move, and there you see he was blocked out by one of the officials on the sideline.
Yes.
He was going for Steve Ginder, who was not where he was supposed to be on the play. Matt Nagy very effective with that option play this year so far.
One of the times when the guys in the stripes kind of came into play there. It was like, what's he doing here? Nagy again, this time off of the option, has the first down and is all the way down to the 26-yard line before he is upended there by Big Paul Kyle. Kyle with 74 solo tackles on the year gets his 75th, but a first down for Manheim Central.
And if Manheim Central has any ideas of maybe having a field goal come into play, their kicker already is warming up on the far sideline and has been since they got the ball at the 45 on the fumbled punt.
Chris Barnett in the backfield along with Steve Ginder. And the give will go to Barnett, and Barnett is tripped up again by who got him first by the shoestrings. Very little on the play. Mark it up for a gain of 1, and it'll be second down and 9.
Nagy's keeping the ball on the last 2 plays has brought the Barons down to the 24-yard line of the Berwick Bulldogs. No score first quarter of the ball game. Eastern AAA final for the state of Pennsylvania.
Manheim Central, located 11 miles north of Lancaster, about halfway between Harrisburg and Philadelphia. And another whistle here and a delay of game. The third penalty against Manheim Central. And one of the things we had talked about among ourselves prior to the start of the game is the fact that the team that's going to win this one needs to make the fewest errors.
Poise is so important at this point, as you see Mike Williams there, head coach of Manheim Central, barking out some orders, no doubt, to Matt Nagy. They've got to stay poised. They've got to stay within themselves and execute all day long.
So after the 5-yard penalty has been marked off, call it second down and 13. Nagy this time from the shotgun sends 3 receivers to the left side, puts it up, and it's going to be complete inside the 20-yard line, and that is complete to Chris Barnett. As Barnett made a good catch right on the hands. We give you another look.
Jeremiah Dyer, number 33, is going to come over. Nagy with a low, tight pass. Catches made by number 8, Chris Barnett, and Dyer in on the hit immediately.
They've spotted it just inside the 20-yard line, so the official spot, the 19, 5'11", 191 pounds, the senior, is Chris Barnett. That's Polk in the backfield, and he's got it first down as he burst through the middle all the way to the 10-yard line, making the hit on him there for the Berwick Bulldogs is Brian Remley, who comes up to make the stop. But Colt that time found a big hole up the middle.
Watch the job the offensive line does here, pushing Berwick out of the way. Colt, burst of speed right through. Great block there. You see the left. Colt straight ahead to get the first down. On the season, 18 carries, 187 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
It will not be possible for Manheim Central to get the first down, so it is first and goal from the 10. They pitch it out. Doherty back in the ball game. Doherty to the 7-yard line.
Flag on the play on the far side.
So we'll wait on the official call here. Doherty shaken up on the first play when he took a tremendously hard hit. Here's Bob Newberry. He is going to basically tell us we had an illegal receiver downfield. They're going to talk to Berwick. That was the call. And here is Bob Newberry, your official for today. Your umpire, excuse me, referee for today.
It's going to be a long one, no 5 yards this time.
We have an illegal participation. Player came off the sideline. 15 yards, first down.
Okay. So it wasn't an illegal man downfield.
What happened? The player flanked on the left side for Manheim Central never went into the huddle, came off the bench area, and a costly mistake at this point. It's first down and 25.
And this is first and goal from the 25. Nagy has Barnett to the bottom of the screen. Nagy pitches this back. This is Eric Ziegler, and Ziegler to about the 17-yard line. Coming up again is Remley to make a good open field tackle, and that'll make it second down goal to go. Spot the ball at the 17-yard line.
Second solo for Remley on defense for the Berwick Bulldogs. And Nagy in trouble on that one. Just got the pitch off in time to elude a tackle and a sack.
Manheim Central has had greater success coming to the right side. Second and goal, this time from the shotgun. And Nagy looks to launch this one, puts it up. And incomplete in the corner of the end zone. Intended for Keating. Joe Keating, 6 feet tall. Covered down there by Todd Lockhart.
Keating is the second favorite target for Nagy on the season. 21 catches, good for 246 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Just off his fingertips.
Nice job on the coverage there. Barney Bowman also in the backfield to keep Nagy honest. 6'3", 212 pounds at defensive tackle.
Nagy again will work from the shotgun. Pocket moves right, fires this one up, it's complete. And diving near the goal line, that is Joe Keating, and he is about a half a yard short of the touchdown. Saving the touchdown, Justin Morgani.
Great call, beautiful route as you look once again. Nagy looking inside. Keating ran a button hook inside, was wide open there, inside 2 Berwick defenders, and just does come up short of the end zone. Nice play selection.
Manheim Central, who got the football following the fumbled punt. Get a look at Joe Keating, has converted twice on 3rd down on this series, and now looking to punch this in on 4th down. Here is the goal into the end zone. Touchdown, Chris Barnett. Barnett, who averages 7.1 yards a carry. That's his 20th touchdown on the season.
Power all the way. Nagy with a quick opener for Barnett. He gets the early open, and we go to a 6-0 score. Manheim Central breaks on top first. What they wanted to do was control the ball, and they're doing it, Steve John.
Neil and Roger, no question, the offensive line doing the job early for Manheim Central. They've been effective throwing the short passes and running the football.
Thompson to the PAT.
Chris Thompson will attempt the point after. Matt Nagy is the holder.
And you'll get to look with us. Good snap, placement, kick, good. 7-0 Manheim Central with the first score of the ball game. 5:50 left here in the first quarter of action. We'll be right back.
Now, enjoy Enjoy the most beloved holiday classic like never before. Nutcracker on Ice. Starring Peggy Fleming, U.S. national champions Nicole Berwick and Todd Eldridge, and a cast of world-class skaters. Experience the magic and majesty of the world's favorite holiday classic. Chrysler Town & Country presents Nutcracker as you've never seen it before on Ice. Friday, December 29th at Hershey Park Arena. Tickets are on sale now. Produced by S&G Productions.
Sibo American Bistro is Hershey's newest restaurant. You'll find their authentic espresso cappuccino bar and unique dishes like grilled portobello mushroom salad make Sibo a bistro. But you'll also find Yingling on tap, and there's little chocolates at the cash register. That's why Sibo's American. So come to Sibo American Bistro and discover the perfect mix of European flair and American taste. Now open for lunch and dinner. Route 322, adjacent to the Hershey Lodge. Phone 533-CIBO.
So one of the things you need to do, gentlemen, as we have this opportunity, as we await the kickoff, when you catch a break, you have to take advantage of it. And Stephen Johns, that's exactly what Manheim Central did.
Well, Roger, if you remember about the fourth play of the ball game, it was Manheim Central which almost made the first mistake of the ball game with that fumble that they managed to recover themselves on the punt. Then Berwick ends up losing the ball. You see there, 10 plays, 45 yards, a time of 6:26. And a 7-0 lead for the Barons of Manheim Central for the all-important first score in this 3A championship.
Omar's kick is away. This will be Brian Smith. He takes the ball at the 11-yard line. Tries to sidestep a tackler, unable to do so, and there is Tom Patrick to make the hit and to bring him down in the open field. And now we'll see what the Berwick Bulldogs can do with the football, as they will have it for the first time from scrimmage at their own 25-yard line.
14-yard return gets Berwick their first place in scrimmage in this ball game, trailing 7-0.
Dave Robbins is the man that runs the show for the Dogs, and more than capable. And he's going to go on the quarterback keep and get a couple of yards. Give him a gain of about 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8. And let's set the Berwick offense for you. Hacker, Henry, DeFinish, Confer, and Lawbaugh are the big guys up front, and they are big guys. Remley, Ahmet, and Lawbaugh are the receiving core, and Robbins, Stoico, and Venditti make up the skill positions in the backfield. We'll set the Manheim defense for you in just a moment. Robbins will send 3 receivers to the near side, 2nd down and 8. He rolls and is ready to put it up in the air for the first time. And this is complete. It's going to be short of the first down. The pass is complete to B.J. Seeley. And Berwick will be looking at a 3rd down and about 4. The Manheim defense looks like this when Berwick has the football. Weaver, Moore, Culp, and Hauser, the big guys up front. Culp, Weaver, and Smith, the linebackers, and the defensive secondary is made up of Schaub, Ziegler, Steve Ginder, and Brad Ginder. 3rd down and 4. They pitch it back. This is Brian Smith. The junior lunges forward and is close to the first down, and I believe he has it. And he does. The yard to gain was attained.
Yes, it was. And by number 44, keep that in mind this week. Last week, he forgot his shirt, had to wear number 25 in the ball game. We didn't know after the great game he had last week whether he'd come out wearing 25, 44, or something new.
I guess he likes that 44 a little bit better. You're going to see a lot of multiple sets from the Bulldogs this afternoon. You saw a man in the slot along with a double set back. That particular play, you're going to see both of these offenses with multiple sets. They'll split their backs, they'll run the option, and of course a lot of passing this afternoon. Mike Williams says, hey, we can't contain them offensively, but we can try to outshoot them.
1st and 10. Fumble. Manheim Central on the football. At the 34-yard line of the Berwick Bulldogs.
And if this is starting to look like last year in reverse, it may be. Berwick has fumbled for the 2nd time after only running 2 plays from the scrimmage line. And Manheim back in the driver's seat at the 34. Steve, a little bit of a surprise.
How often do you say it before a ball game? Control the line of scrimmage, and the the teams that make the least amount of mistakes are the ones that come out on top. As you said, what a huge surprise. Berwick's Bulldogs now with 2 turnovers in this ball game, and Manheim Central in control.
We'll be right back.
Direct from their hit network special, The World's Greatest Magicians live on stage. Experience the adventure and power of Grand Illusion. Wild and beautiful First Lady of Magic, Melinda. Magic's hottest sensation, Brett Daniels. Ridiculous and outrageous, Mac King. And world champion Greg Fruin. Sponsored by Milton Bradley's Magic Works. Don't miss The World's Greatest Magicians.
Appearing at Hershey Park Arena. Tickets on sale now. Call 534-3911.
This is Candace Bergen. It takes hard work and dedication to make a great team. Think of that when you see a blind person and a guide dog. Their teamwork pays off in independence, and the law protects their right to go everywhere that's open to the public. To learn more, call 1-800-548-4337.
Well, much to the surprise of many, Manheim Central getting on the scoreboard first following a Berwick miscue and mishandled punt and a fumble recovered by Manheim Central, and now another fumble gives Manheim Central the football back. This time, almost no gain on the play, and that is Chris Barnett, who came into today's game with over 1,100 yards rushing, and that's a career for many people.
Already a touchdown in this ballgame as we take another look at Barnett carrying straight ahead. The one thing that Manheim Central does with this kind of play is they control the football, which keeps Berwick's offense on the sideline.
Doherty and Barnett in the backfield, 2nd down and 9, and Nagy will roll left and look to put it up in the air. Fires and incomplete at the 22-yard line. Intended down there for Joe Keating, who made the great catch that set up the touchdown. However, this time incomplete.
Keating is the number 2 receiver. Ziegler is the man they normally go to for the big yard gain, and on 14 touchdowns, you can see why throwing that just a little bit to the left coming across for Keating.
Good coverage that time by Justin Morgani. Nagy trying to get things set up and has to call another timeout. And sometimes what you might expect here is the fact that you put special things in when you reach this point. We'll be back to see how this shakes down. Once again, Manheim Central with the football, they're driving.
A Hershey Park Season Pass is more than just a ticket to ride. It's your ticket to all the great rides, fun games, and spectacular sights of Hershey Park. But it's also your pass to some of the greatest entertainment around. All summer long in the amphitheater, you'll see one great performance after another. Plus, your season pass is good for special discounts on admission to select Hershey Park Stadium summer concerts. A Hershey Park Season Pass is only $70.95, now through December 31st, 1995. Also enjoy free summer parking, admission to Hershey Museum and Hershey Gardens, year-round admission to Zoo America North American Wildlife Park, and over $150 in money-saving coupons good throughout Hershey. For information or to order, call 717-534-3900.
You are watching WLYH TV 15, CBS for the Susquehanna Valley.
And welcome back to live action. 7-0. Manheim Central leading Berwick. They have the football at their own 33-yard line. 2nd down and 9. Nagy steps up. Now fires. This one is complete. Joe Keating once again with the catch. He has the 1st down and is near the 10-yard line depending on the spot. Maybe even inside the 10. It's right at the 10.
Here's the look. Now watch Nagy roll out. He's got enough room to run this play. Nobody close. But instead he goes upfield and converts on the 1st down at the 10-yard line. Good tackle for the Berwick Bulldogs, coming in by Jerry Saperko, number 88, the cornerback.
3rd 1st down, but more importantly, Manheim Central with a 1st and 10, looking to put more points on the scoreboard. And right here, Doherty will go nowhere as he is wrapped up by Big Nick Dignan.
Here's the situation, Roger. On the plays up the middle, Berwick has been stopping the Barons. But on the plays to the side, the option plays, the veer plays, if you will, Steve, they're just not making the plays.
I think they also know that there's not a whole lot going to go on first down because, again, one of the objectives Manheim Central wants to accomplish this afternoon is control the ball.
Nagy tosses this one back. Steve Ginder cuts it up, and Ginder is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Manheim Central looking to take advantage of both of the mistakes which Berwick has made thus far. And at that time, it was Ginder who tried the left side.
Steve mentioned control. Manheim 7:35 to Berwick's 2:15 here in the first quarter with 1:51 remaining, and Manheim with a 7-0 lead knocking at the door.
3rd down and 4. That is for the touchdown. They give again to Brett Kolk, who is down at the 3, and a nice stop on the play by Manny Henry, who plugged the middle very well. Also in on that stop, Jeremiah Dyer. Dyer with 64 solo tackles on the year, assisting on that one. You get a look at Manny Henry, the first guy to get there, 5'10", 245, and he's still growing. Boy, he's just a junior. Field goal attempt coming as Thompson is on to see if they can up the score to 10-0. Good snap, the kick, it's up, the kick is good. Manheim Central with a 10-0 lead over the Dogs of Berwick. We'll be back.
You've been part of the fun. Now be part of the Hershey Entertainment and Resort Company team. We have immediate employment opportunities with the Hotel Hershey, Hershey Lodge and Convention Center, Hershey Park, and our many other divisions. Hershey Entertainment and Resort Company has numerous positions available for people of all ages.
Join us on December 27th for the Herco part-time and summer job fair from 9:30 until 3 p.m. at the Hershey Lodge and Convention Center. For additional information, call 717-534-3326.
We're on the road in central Pennsylvania talking to people about health insurance.
We're with Blue Cross and Blue Shield because my husband and I would like what's best for our family.
As if you don't have enough worries as it is,
Tell me
you don't want to have to worry about your insurance company, too.
So you're happy with Blue Cross and Blue Shield?
Yes, very happy.
And how about you?
They're reliable. Yeah. You can count on them.
You know they've been around for about 50 years in this area.
Yes, from day one. We started in business in 1962.
What you're telling me is that being with Blue Cross and Blue Shield is like a nice big furry blanket.
Yeah, they do take care of you.
Mike Williams, despite seeing his team make a couple of mistakes early and having to call a couple of timeouts, cannot be dissatisfied with a 10-0 score. Interscholastic athletics are the other half of education. Support your local athletic programs with your attendance. Pack the place. A message from the PIAA.
That last drive by Manheim Central, 6 plays, 34 yards, a time of 43 to take a 10-0 lead.
This is Rock Stoiko with a return of about 10 yards, and then is wrapped up. The Dogs will have the football for the second time here in the first quarter of action, and they'll have it at the 26-yard line.
Berwick down by 10 points. They've been down before on the season. Probably the toughest league game they had was against Wyoming Valley West as the Spartans went into the fourth quarter in very good position, but were behind, and Berwick eventually won the ball game 43-15. Now they're in a hole, 10-0, trailing Manheim Central.
First and 10. The staggered count, apparently, and we'll wait on the official call, but apparently has pulled the defense of Manheim Central offsides. Manheim Central already with 4 penalties in the ball game, and here's Bob Newberry with the official call.
Defense encroachment, 1st and 5.
Let's take you very quickly down to the sideline and Canio Costanzo. We'll be going down to Canio in just a moment. Back to live action. Robin gives this to Bryant Smith, and Smith is wrapped in the backfield as big. Number 64, Bo Moore. Blew through there and made the stick, and a stick it was.
not only was it an exciting hit on the field, it was an exciting hit to the Manheim Central fans in the stands. They rose as one on that hit and came up as the hit was being made. Manheim Central trying to control the opening of this ball game, and the first quarter has ended with a score of 10-0. Manheim Central leading Berwick.
Second quarter coming up. Don't go away. Upset perhaps in the making. Manheim Central 10, Berwick 0.
Welcome to Hershey, the sweetest place on earth. Hershey, PA is one of the most popular travel destinations on the East Coast. Golf, tennis, horseback riding, and bicycling combined with the ambiance of Hershey Park, Hershey Resorts, and a variety of Hershey attractions for a perfect vacation. Hershey Park is the primary summer attraction, while Hershey's Chocolate World Visitor Center, Zoo America North American Wildlife Park, the Hershey Museum, and the Hershey Gardens offer a variety of fun for the whole family year-round. Annual special events include Christmas in Hershey, a Chocolate Lovers Weekend, golf tournament, antique automobile meet, and many more. Hershey is conveniently located near Lancaster, Pennsylvania Dutch Country and historic Gettysburg. Hershey and its year-round attractions are easy to reach from interstate highways. For information about Hershey attractions, special events, and overnight lodging, call toll-free 1-800-HERSHEY. Thank you for visiting Hershey, the sweetest place on earth.
Back Memorial Stadium, second quarter about to get underway, and the second quarter of today's game is being brought to you by Dr. Patrick Kerrigan of the Hart Medical Center as a public service to area fans. Dr. Kerrigan recognizes the commitment which is necessary to support our fine area athletes not only on game day, but all season long. Good luck from Dr. Patrick Kerrigan of the Hart Medical Center, 476 Hazel Street in Wilkes-Barre, pleased to sponsor the second quarter of today's game. Well, you know, before the game, I had an opportunity to talk with Mike Williams for just a little bit, and we were talking about him taking his dog for a walk. One of the local papers reported that he takes his dog for a walk. I asked him, I said, it's not a bulldog. He said, no, it's not a bulldog. And by the way, we're talking dog here, D-O-G, not D-A-W-G. And he said, that Schnauzer has been out there. He said, thank God he loves me for whatever, because they've talked about this game for a long time. Back to live action we go. Robbins pitches back Brian Smith, and Smith hit down short of a first down. Coming up is Chad Weaver along with Troy Smith to make the stop. Let's go down to the sideline and Canio Costanzo for this. Canio.
Gentlemen, we heard the coaching staff telling some of the players from Berwick before the ball game, hey, first quarter, you can't come out flat. It's a really good team you're going to be playing today. And right now, the Bulldogs struggling offensively with a 3rd and 4 coming up. Roger.
Thanks, Canio. This time they'll show power I and then shift as they send Benzitti to the wing. Here's Brian Smith. He has a first down as he's out to the 39-yard line.
Best game from scrimmage for the Bulldogs. They had a total of only, get this, 11 yards in the first period of play. Manheim Central 108 yards in the first quarter as the first down is made on this play that you're watching right now.
Nice look by Brian Smith that time, rushing for 112 carries this year, 825 yards and 13 touchdowns, just a junior.
Brian Smith, a tough competitor. This time it's Stoico who gets the nod, and Stoico off the left side will get a couple. Give him a gain on the play of about 2. And Phil Weaver, 5'11", 195 pounds, will come up to make the stop on him. Call it 2nd down and 8.
Berwick has to get the ball rolling a little bit to show some of their offense. They can't open things up when they're not able to put a series together. They have yet to make a first down on the field. And this is what Robbins is trying to do right now.
Smith hit in the backfield and then falls forward. Nice spin move to get a couple of additional yards as Big Bo Moore comes up with yet another tackle. And that will bring up a 3rd down situation once again for Berwick. The Dogs have converted twice on 3rd downs. This will be the 6th play of the series, which began back at their own 26-yard line with 1:07 still left in the first quarter.
And guys, this is vintage George Curry. Don't panic. You're down by 10, but there's lots of football. Let's stay within the game plan and get back on track.
Smith but he crosses the 50-yard line into Manheim Central territory. Coming up to assist on the tackle, Brad Ginder. But another first down for the Bulldogs of Berwick.
Dogs that put two men out on the right side as receivers. They helped in the blocking here. You see the first hit coming up right there by Brad Ginder. And Berwick with a first down in Manheim territory at the 47-yard line.
So the Dogs on the prowl and on the march. They give to Stoyko, who goes straight ahead. Stoyko breaks a tackle, and Stoyko has a first down as he's to the 32-yard line.
Hope with a touchdown-saving tackle, grabbed him by the ankles as he was going by, and although he was not on his feet to finish the play, he got the hit that brought this one down.
Great burst of speed, too, Neil, through the line of scrimmage, and a beautiful block set by Brian Confer. As you take a good look at Ross Stoyko, senior this year, 5'8", 185 pounds.
He's the lone remaining running back, and Robbins will keep this one. Try to turn the corner, has very little success in doing so, and Joe Doherty, who not only has rushed for 1,017 yards coming into today's game, but also has 39 solo tackles along with 34 assists, and he's the guy that can get into the backfield as well. He has 3 quarterback sacks on the season.
Now watch one of the situations that George Corey likes to use with Berwick. He will attack the defensive player who is also the offensive key for the opposition. He'll run at Dockery, try to tire him out. They've done this so many times over the years. Try to put themselves in a position for the third and fourth quarter.
No running room whatsoever this time as Ross Stoyko is brought down right at the 30-yard line. Get another look. Watch the pursuit on the Manheim defense.
Nice job there by the stunt and the offensive line. The defense right there to counter. Brett Kolk, the first man in on the tackle. Troy Smith as well. As you get a good look at Kolk, a junior this year, 6'2", 201 pounds. This Manheim Central defense is big and strong, and as they just showed on that last play, very quick as well.
With no one home in the backfield and a whistle on the play, and a delay of game call going to come against Berwick, the first penalty of the afternoon against the Dogs.
Turns a 3rd and 7 at the 30 into a 3rd and 12 from the 35 of Manheim Central. Berwick trailing in this ball game 10-0 as the Barons.
On the offense, still third down.
There's a group of people in the Manheim program called MOB, and it stands for Mothers of Barons. And we understand that the MOB had hung signs for a distance of 10 miles on every telephone pole leaving Manheim Central all the way back out to Interstate 81. And here's the neat part about it. They're not like politicians that leave them out there. When the event's over, they pick them back up and looking forward again. Here is Robbins with all the time in the world, but good coverage in the secondary will cause this back. And getting through, Big Bo Moore.
96 tackles on the season. He had a sack. He's got another now. 2 fumbles recovered. He's got 3 solo tackles so far this afternoon, and a great job to contain a very talented Dave Robbins.
So it's going to be 4th down, and we'll call it 20. This, you must credit to the great coverage in the secondary, because Robbins had time, but the coverage was superb, and credit Robbins with not throwing it away and tossing up the interception as you get a look at Bo Moore. And he is, for the most part, the biggest of the starters for Manheim Central. The kick is away. Brian Remley does the chore. And it is fair caught. Manheim Central is going to have the football when we return. They'll have it at their own 15-yard line.
If you take your children to see one big show this year, it should be Sesame Street Live. Why? Well, look at our character references. They're the best in the business. After all, they're the characters both you and your kids love. Sesame Street Live. Fun you can trust.
Tickets on sale this Monday at Hershey Park Arena box office or at all Ticketmaster outlets, or charged by phone 534-3911.
Bring your group to Hershey Park and celebrate with group catering. Choose from one of 6 distinct catering areas reserved exclusively for you within Hershey Park. Hershey Park outings are also available for your group of 20 or more to enjoy a day in the park with special savings to you. Hershey Park meal tickets can be purchased for your group. Meal tickets are good at 14 different restaurants in the park. You'll enjoy substantial savings and go home with a souvenir cup from Hershey Park. Visit Guest Relations for more information. We hope you enjoy your day here at Hershey Park.
Be practiced by players, coaches, officials, and spectators. Be a positive role model for our student athletes. If you can't play a sport, be one. This message from the PIAA.
Could this day be any more perfect for football? A near-capacity crowd here this afternoon, and as you take a look at George Curry and the Berwick Bulldogs, a lot of good football still to play.
6:41 remaining here in the second quarter of action. 1st and 10 for Manheim Central. This is Nagy. He cuts it up, and Nagy was wrapped up right there as Jerry Superco was right there to deny him the opportunity to turn the corner.
And it was just that, as Nagy's trying the option to the left side, and you see the hit. Short of the 20, and a hard hit it was.
Nagy gives this time straight ahead, and Chris Barnett found the territory stingy as Justin Margiani makes the stop for the Dogs of Berwick.
Margiani got him square up that time and drove him back. Play coming in from the sidelines. We'll see what they call on a 3rd down and 5 situation. 5:30 to go in the first half. 10-0 Manheim Central leading.
Thanks for joining us at WLYH TV in Lebanon. Hope that you are enjoying the ball game. Here is Nagy. Puts it up. He's got a man. It's complete. And out to the 35-yard line is Eric Ziegler. Ziegler is the guy that came in here with over 1,000 yards receiving. He averages over 19 yards per catch, and that certainly means that he is a go-to guy.
Yeah, Nagy buying himself some time, rolling right. Of course, Ziegler, he's been going to all day long. 4 receptions already in this ball game. You see Ziegler at 5'9", 160 pounds, and a senior. So far, as you mentioned, Roger, the go-to guy in the air for Manheim Central.
Manheim Central with their 4th first down of the first half. And Nagy this time will look to put it up again. Is that complete? Yes, it is. Good job on the part of Colt to come up with that one. Good hands as Jason Moore will make the tackle. Gain on the play of about 4 yards, setting up a 2nd down and 6.
Well, the advantage to Nagy on this play is 1st down and throwing, and successfully, just a short gain. But throwing on 1st down makes you have to think of a lot of things later on in the ball game on defense.
And Neil, wouldn't you say that their bread and butter has been that short passing game? Run a couple of routes straight up in your running game, but open up that short route as well.
Nagy pitches this back, and Ziegler was hit hard and upended. Coming up to make the hit, the junior Tom Lockhart. Close to the 1st down, however. It's going to be short by about a yard.
Looked like a busted play there as it started out. Nagy looked left and then went right and then optioned right.
Oh, I'm going to stand corrected. Jeremiah Dyer was the man who made that last hit. 3rd down and 1. And Nagy will send the 3 receivers to the near side. And then give it straight ahead. And that should be good for the 1st down. As Colt didn't really need but about a half a yard. He got about a yard and a half. And so Manheim Central keeps this play alive. This series, began back at their own 15-yard line. And they have run out 6 plays, getting a couple of 1st downs and converting twice on 3rd down. That's important.
Less than 4 minutes now to go in the half. 10-0 to score. Central from Manheim leading this game over the Berwick Bulldogs.
A little bit of confusion. And we were talking during the course of one of the breaks, perhaps a few new wrinkles put in Oh, and nearly picked off. Justin Margani was right there, and that one could have been bye-bye, so long, see you later.
Are you kidding me? That had 6 points written all over it. In fact, Matt Nagy saw 1994 flash before his eyes. Look, he has it. He can't get both paws wrapped around it. Manheim Central dodges a bullet.
And it was a big one at that. That would have made it 10-6, possibly 10-7 here in the closing minutes of the second quarter.
Give a lot of credit to Margani because even though he didn't catch it, it would have been a miraculous catch had he got it. He knocked the ball down and prevented the receiver from making the reception. Out of the shotgun, Nagy. Here comes pressure. Nagy gets out of the hold of one defender and then completes the pass upfield to Joe Keating. Boy, I'll tell you, right there was Paul Kyle, and Nagy somehow or another shook himself free.
Unbelievable athleticism on this play, getting away from the defender in the backfield and having enough prowess to get the ball to his wide receiver inbounds and pick up that first down. Beautiful play on both sides of the ball.
Short of the first down by about a half of the yard, 3rd down and 3. And the Barons looking to convert on 3rd down again. A good second effort is going to make this very close. This may come down to a measurement.
It's going to be the spot on this. His second effort, Roger, as you called it, brought him forward, and they're going to measure right now.
Very, very close. For those of you watching us on WLYH TV down in the Lancaster area and Lebanon area, we should tell you that this field was recently recarpeted. You're looking at about an $800,000 renovation. As you see, this is about 7.5 inches short, and that poses a unique situation here for head coach Mike Williams and the Barons of Manheim Central. Do you go for it? I would say yes, but we'll see.
Well, Roger made his call. Steve, I'll take the last call on this. What do you say?
Yeah, you're waiting to see what they do when they come out in formation.
I think the way Manheim Central has moved the football, you have to go for it in this situation, and it's a crucial play for both teams at this stage of the ball game.
2 minutes, 52 seconds remain here in the first half of action. The clock is started. Manheim Central with 4th, and call it 7.5 inches. Nagy. They give it, no, Nagy, and Nagy has more than the first down. Nagy all the way to the 27-yard line as the hole opened up the middle. Jerry Superco, along with Brian Remley, make the stop, but what a play by Nagy. Watch this.
It's the fake that opens up his route. Nobody inside. He cuts it back outside, fakes the pitch twice, pick up more than enough for the first down. Matt Nagy, a master with that option play.
Good look at Nagy right there. Senior for Manheim, had a bad game on the last play of the game last year, the interception, and he's trying to redeem himself in his mind right here today.
That one is incomplete. Manheim Central on this drive, which began back at their own 15-yard line 11 plays ago, has converted twice on 3rd down and once on 4th down, as Mike Williams showing that he's a bit of a gambler. I'm sure that that little schnauzer has heard about what might take place had it come to this. 2nd down and 10. Nagy, high snap, but no problem handling it. Nagy's looking. Who's there? No one, and now somebody's there, and his name is Barney Bowman of the Dogs. Sack.
Nice job by the Bulldogs defense to collapse there. A coverage sack, you may want to call it. Also, Matt Nagy unable to find opening in the flat. Number 9, Joe Keating, a youngster that Nagy has gone to several times already this afternoon. But a good job by Berwick to cover on that play.
Nagy, the top ground gainer in the ball game, 37 yards prior to that last sack. Take the 4-yard loss. He's down to 33 now, but the big ground gainer right now for the Barons.
Nagy likes to work from the shotgun. He's going to put this up in a hurry. It is complete to Chris Barnett. And Barnett gets some good yardage as Brian Smith makes the tackle. Excuse me, was that Schaub?
Brian Schaub, that's correct.
I would think that was Schaub. Excuse me.
They have to get between the 16 and 17 for the first down on this play.
The spot of the football is the 22-yard line. as you get another look at the end of the last play. Schaub has some good hands, and on defense, he's collected up 4 interceptions. Right now, it's 4th down and 6. Looking to put it out. The hook and go, and a touchdown. Eric Ziegler with his 15th touchdown on the season, and Manheim Central shocking the Dogs right now, 16-0.
22 yards for the touchdown pass. 16-0 with 45 seconds to go in the half. And the Manheim Central Barons are looking to add the extra point once again.
Thompson on to add the point after. You'll get the look. It's through. 17-0. The Dogs trail the Barons. We'll be right back with the final 45 seconds of the first half.
Direct from their hit network special, the world's greatest magicians live on stage. Experience the adventure and power of grand illusion. Wild and beautiful First Lady of Magic, Melinda. Magic's hottest sensation, Brett Daniels. Ridiculous and outrageous, Matt King. And world champion, Greg Fruin. Sponsored by Milton Bradley's Magic Works. Don't miss the world's greatest magician.
Appearing at Hershey Park Arena. Tickets on sale now. Call 534-3911. Face off with the Hershey Bears for another smash and crashing season. Don't miss the thrills, the chills. Grab the excitement of Hershey Bears hockey most Saturday and Wednesday nights at Hershey Park Arena. Call 534-3911 for tickets and schedule information. Hershey Bears hockey. It's in your face.
Jason Mumma set to kick this one away. The 5'8" sophomore sends this one out of bounds, creating several options for the Dogs of Berwick.
Roger, Matt Nagy, 10 for 15 in passing, 128 yards. Ziegler receiving 4 for 57 yards. Nagy, 66% for the afternoon. Not bad.
And that's typical of the way his whole season has gone, as a matter of fact. We mentioned to you, as you take a look at the plays, 15, 86 yards, time of possession, almost 6 minutes. Manheim Central a 17-0 lead as you look at head coach Mike Williams, who said, and we told you this at the top of the show, for them to win, Matt Nagy had to have the game of his life. He's doing so to this point.
Dave Robbins will operate from the shotgun with 44 seconds left. Berwick trying to take something positive to the locker room, and he's going to go down. A sack. Getting there was Brett Culp, along with Big Bo Moore.
Big Bo Moore in on the tackle again. And again, you have to credit the secondary of Manheim Central doing a great job of covering Robbins' receivers as they talk about it in the huddle on the sideline, not allowing him an opportunity. In fact, we have barely seen Chris Robbins here so far this afternoon. That defense has really done the job so far for the Barons.
Well, the main thing, too, is with Robbins seeing this downfield, he's taking the sack. He's got the poise not to dump the ball downfield and possibly have a turnover go against him.
This play never got going. It obviously was a shovel pass set up. Time has expired. Ladies and gentlemen, the first half of action here from Memorial Stadium in this AAA Eastern Championship is in the books. 17-0, a shocker. However, you can never underline that. Never count out one of George Curry's teams. And there have been many times when the Dogs have scored more than 17 points and a half. Very quickly, let's take you down to Canio Costanzo, who is standing by with Mike Williams. Canio.
Okay, Coach, you've got the lead here at the halftime, almost a perfect half for you in the first half. What do you tell the players in the locker room?
Well, we didn't quite have a perfect half, so we'll have plenty to talk about. But I remember back in '89, we had a 10-0 lead into the third quarter, and we lost the football game, so we got a lot of work to do at halftime. We're not certainly not going to go in there and take it easy.
Okay, Coach, best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Coach Mike Williams, his squad, Roger, almost a perfect half. It was certainly close when you're playing a team like Berwick to have a lead like this going into the locker room. Roger.
Thank you, Conio. Mike Williams indeed would have to be pleased. His team is up by 17. And we'll be back to Memorial Stadium with a halftime show when we return right after this.
Fun and learning await all who visit Zoo America North American Wildlife Park. This 11-acre walk-through zoo features imaginative displays of living plants and animals from 5 regions of North America. Everything from Everglades alligators to eastern white-tailed deer, from bison to black bears, majestic eagles to energetic otters, more than 200 animals. Zoo America included in your Hershey Park visit, plus open year-round at a separate admission price. Adopt an animal and membership programs available. Do something wild. Visit Zoo America.
While in Hershey, be sure to see Built on Chocolate, the new exhibit at the Hershey Museum. Discover the fascinating story of Milton Hershey's rise from failure to success. Known as the father of the American chocolate industry, Mr. Hershey took the chocolate bar, a luxury item, and made it affordable to all. He used his vast wealth to create a model town for his workers and a school for disadvantaged children, both of which bear his name. The Hershey Museum also exhibits among the region's finest collections of Indian and Pennsylvania Dutch artifacts, which Mr. Hershey brought together over 60 years ago. A special experience for the entire family, just a 2-minute walk from Hershey Park. The Hershey Museum is open daily from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The museum shop offers an outstanding selection of unique regional crafts and gifts. Be sure to visit the hands-on Children's Discovery Room, also open daily. Bring your Hershey Park ticket for a special admission discount.
The WWF's in your house is electrifying, exciting, and in a word, awesome. But on December 17th, it'll be even better because In Your House will be live from your house. The Hershey Park Arena is our home away from home as the British Bulldog gets a shot at the title when he faces either Bret Hart or Diesel. And The Undertaker returns to battle King Mabel in a casket match. Plus, Razor Ramon, Gold Dust, Dean Douglas, they'll all be in your house. So get your ticket today.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium here in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, where Manheim Central is shocking the Dogs at the halftime, 17-0. Berwick on the short end of the score, and certainly that is something that I don't think anyone anticipated. Manheim Central at least not 17 points better, and it's going to be interesting. We'll have some thoughts on the score so far and the action in the first half, but right now we'd like you to enjoy the Manheim Central Marching Band here from Memorial Stadium in Wilkes-Barre, down to the field. field, you're enjoying the Manheim Central Baron Marching Band. We're going to step aside for just a moment. Our halftime activities will continue here from Memorial Stadium in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Thanks for watching. This is the AAA Eastern Final. Berwick and Manheim Central. Berwick trailing 17-zip. We're at the half.
Think all water is safe? Maybe you should try Cloister. Think all water tastes the same? Maybe you should try Cloister. In spring water coolers or in Cloister's new filtration system, designed to make your tap water safer and better tasting, at home or where you work. Choices in water for more than 50 years, long before water became fashionable. Call Cloister now and get up to 3 months rent-free.
Super pretzels, microwavable soft pretzels. Fat-free, cholesterol-free, warm, soft, delicious. They really hit the spot. Usually. Super pretzels, soft pretzels, in your grocer's freezer.
Hall is a memorial to the school's founders, Milton and Catherine Hershey. The story of Milton S. Hershey is one of a great industrialist and humanitarian who left a living heritage for youth. The Milton Hershey School has become widely known for the quality of its educational offerings and the personalized attention given to the needs of each student. Students live in family groups and prepare for college and careers in business and industry. All students accepted for admission receive full scholarship. Visit Founders Hall, the visitor center for the school. Admission is free.
Stay tuned for your local Ben & Jerry's.
Oh, I just love to go to Ben & Jerry's.
Oh, man, the raspberries. There's just like chunks of raspberries in there.
I think they have a lot of flavors.
It's a taste of childhood and adulthood mixing together.
I like good chocolate chips.
Eating good ice cream.
A waffle cake.
There's everything in here. It's real creamy. And look at the blueberries. I can't get over it.
Cheerio. Lick on. Stop by your local Ben & Jerry's Scoop Shop today.
Hershey High Meadow Campground, complete camping facilities, open year-round. Just minutes from the exciting attractions in Hershey, with more than 290 campsites on 55 acres of beautiful countryside. Hershey High Meadow Campground is ideal for family camping, with 2 large swimming pools and playgrounds, self-service laundry, grocery and supply store. The campground accommodates tents, trailers, and motorhomes. Come see Hershey the natural way from the vantage point of Hershey High Meadow Campground. For additional information, call 1-800-HERSHEY.
Field now where the Berwick High School Marching Band is about to perform for you. here in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. We're at the half. Berwick trailing 17-0. We'll be right back with a halftime guest.
Bring your group to Hershey Park and celebrate with group catering. Choose from one of 6 distinct catering areas reserved exclusively for you within Hershey Park. Hershey Park outings are also available for your group of 20 or more to enjoy a day in the park with special savings to you. Hershey Park meal tickets can be...
Well, as the 1995 state playoffs begin to draw to a close with one more game left on the schedule, throughout the course of the season and seasons, many schools have developed new rivalries. You might recall the days of the Thanksgiving Day crosstown rivalries. One of the things that's developing here is a very special arrangement. Joining me, Jim Doyle of WHLM Sports. And Jim, over the course of the time that you've been with WHLM and on the air as a sportscaster, you've really seen things change. And how does it look from your perspective?
Well, it's changed in a number of different ways, Roger. Not all good. A lot of people think that the state playoffs have ruined some of the traditional rivalries, and they have. But new rivalries crop up. I think prior to 1989, if you asked a Berwick fan about Manheim Central, they wouldn't know anything about them, or even if they had a team. And probably the same would apply for Manheim Central fans towards Berwick. They played in that Eastern Final 1989. Today will be the 4th time they've met, and all of a sudden this is a rivalry. You mentioned either one of these schools to the opposing fans, and you'll see some emotion. So rivalries die, but new rivalries are gained. And as long as the PIAA setup is the way it is, and as long as Berwick and Manheim Central's programs stay the way they are, this will be one of those rivalries.
People even talk about Allentown Central Catholic being figured into the mix of rivalries along with Berwick.
Yes, in fact, we saw Manheim Central, or rather Allentown Central Catholic scouts at a Berwick game very early in the season. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd game of the season. So obviously they were looking forward to this game, and that has become a rivalry. So different rivalries do develop.
You know, it's kind of interesting because over the course of the years, as teams like Manheim Central and Berwick have come to the forefront, one of the things that's really neat is the way the fans and the communities get behind these clubs.
Yes, you were telling me earlier, and I believe it, we got here about 9:15 this morning, and there were Manheim Central fans and Berwick fans lined up for tickets, and you told me that some of the security people said as early as 6 o'clock this morning. So this is the game. This is quite a rivalry, and I'm sure it won't be the last game between these two teams.
Jim Doyle of WHLM calling the game today for 106.5 Sports. Jim, thanks for joining us here during the half.
My pleasure, Roger. Enjoy the game.
Okay, Jimmy Doyle.
Sibo American Bistro is Hershey's newest restaurant. You'll find their authentic espresso cappuccino bar and unique dishes like grilled portobello mushroom salad make Sibo a bistro. But you'll also find Yingling on tap, and there's little chocolates at the cash register. That's why Sibo's American. So come to Sibo American Bistro and discover the perfect mix of European flair and American taste. Now open for lunch and dinner. Route 322, adjacent to the Hershey Lodge. Phone 533-CIBO.
Bring your group to Hershey Park and celebrate with group catering. Choose from one of 6 distinct catering areas reserved exclusively for you within Hershey Park. Hershey Park outings are also available for your group of 20 or more to enjoy a day in the park with special savings to you. Hershey Park meal tickets can be purchased for your group. Meal tickets are good at 14 different restaurants in the park. You'll enjoy substantial savings and go home with a souvenir cup from Hershey Park. Visit Guest Relations for more information. We hope you enjoy your day here at Hershey Park.
We're back on the road talking to more people about health insurance. Do you prefer having more choices or less choices? Oh, more choices. Absolutely. Okay. Off the top of your head, name an insurance company.
Blue Cross Blue Shield.
They have a lot of doctors.
Oh, yeah.
Thousands. Any doctor that you want.
More choices or less choices?
More choices.
Okay.
I'm not told where I have to go.
Yeah. And they have the traditional cover. They have the HMO. The choices are good. Do you believe someone actually said less choices right here?
No.
Yeah, he did. I think he was having a bad day.
16 minutes, 17 seconds against 7:43. That, in addition to the 17-0, I'd say would be the big stat right there. Steve Johns?
Guys, I think, again, you have to touch upon the fact that that first turnover really set the tone. On the punt, Manheim Central recovers. Their defense, they go on to score that first touchdown, the Chris Barnett touchdown run of 1 yard. The defense gets confidence from that. They come back, they force another turnover, they score again, and then, of course, the 22-yard touchdown pass, which made it 17-0. Manheim Central, which started out slow, from that point on, has done everything right, and they forced Berwick to make the mistakes in this ballgame so far today.
Perhaps the turning point came even one series earlier than that, Steve, when Manheim Central on their first play fumbled, but they got the ball back. It would have been a Berwick football deep in Manheim Central territory, and perhaps this game turned right there. Let's take you down to the sideline and Canio Costanzo. Canio? And we'll go to Canio in just a moment. But indeed, this has been a very interesting first half of action as we are set to go. You might recall that Manheim Central got the football to start this one, and it will be Berwick with the football here to begin the second half. Berwick really only had the football 4 times from scrimmage. 3 times from scrimmage, excuse me. And that's not what you want to do. Okay, now let's take you down to Canio Costanzo. We got this figured out. Canio, what do you have? You're up.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. We were talking to Coach Curry before the ball game, and Roger, you were the one who said to Coach Curry, the first couple minutes in the second half, probably the most important part of the ball game. Let's see how well Berwick reacts being down 17-0. Clearly, if they come out and play well in the first couple minutes, they've clearly got a shot at coming back in this ball game. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Canio. We've heard that said so many times that the first couple minutes of the third quarter are so important. And the third quarter of today's game is being brought to you by Mays Drive-In of Berwick and Bloomsburg, wishing the Bulldogs success and everyone a happy holiday season. That's from Mays Drive-In, Bloomsburg and Berwick, pleased to sponsor the third quarter of today's game. We want to take this opportunity to let you know that everybody that you've seen on as part of this telecast to this point and through the end of this one, you need to say thank you the next time that you go to patronize their business. Give them an opportunity to compete for your business, because without them, this game is not possible, and you do not see this exciting football contest. The Dogs looking to get back into this one.
And I don't think it's so much what Berwick has not done as opposed to what Manheim Central has done. They have forced Berwick into mistakes on the offensive end. They've done the job defensively all day long, as we have a brief moment here to replace the ball on the tee. And, of course, Manheim Central's put 17 points on the board. So it's a matter of the Barons doing most everything right today. Now Berwick, to start this second half, has got to find a way around Manheim Central's D.
Kick is away. And this one is going to sail out of bounds. And again, Berwick will have the option here to see what they wish to do. And they're going to take it.
Looking at the Bulldogs huddling right there on the sidelines as they come out for the first play of the second half.
The penalty is declined.
George Curry, for many years, people have thought he's had the key to the magic hat. He's going to have to be pulling a lot out of it here in the next 24 minutes as they face a formidable team with a 17-0 deficit.
You're exactly right, Neil, and what the Dogs want to do is get the jump on Manheim Central first possession, starting with this play.
The ball is at the 35-yard line. It's a 25-yard penalty from where it went out of bounds, which was the 10. And this is Brian Smith And Smith on a first down carry off the right side, rumbles forward for about 7 yards before he's tripped up by Phil Weaver.
Brought down by Weaver.
That was the first time we've seen Berwick able to key an opening play on first down and get that kind of yardage. The blocker in front on this play.
There it is. Brian Smith, nice blocking up front there by a couple of Bulldogs. And, of course, he picks up the necessary yardage to keep the drive going, keeps the momentum going for Berwick.
We'll give it to Smith again, and Smith, with a great second effort, kept the legs turning, is going to have the first down if he gets a favorable spot, and he does. That's good for the first down.
Well, the Dogs come out for the second half, moving the ball. They're at the 46-yard line, trailing 17-0 if you just joined us. Manheim Central in the lead, and they have dominated almost 200 yards total stats to 47 for Berwick in the first half.
Roger Snyder along with Neil Bennett being joined in the booth by Stephen Johns of WLYH-TV, and this time Smith off the left side is stacked up. An awful lot of traffic there, no room to run, and on the bottom of the pile making the hit, Troy Smith.
Tackle made by 61.
And Berwick now has to establish, and it's hard to say Berwick has to establish anything in the third quarter of a game, but they have to show the running game to free Robbins to get the passing game going. Robbins in the first half had his men cut down in the backfield, or they were not able to get loose downfield for his catches.
Again, and Smith was hit right at the line of scrimmage on the bottom of the pile. Again, it's Troy Smith who plugged the hole, enabling the linebackers to come up and finish the job.
And guys, it's interesting to know Ross Stoico, normally the workhorse for the Bulldogs, is not seeing much action so far here in the second half. Brian Smith appears to be the #1 guy in the backfield for Berwick so far. He's been effective over the last 4 or 5 plays. We'll see if we see any more of Stoico than we have so far.
One of the things that has been the trademark of the first half, we'll see if it happens here, are third down conversions. Both teams have been relatively effective. This time it's Robbins from the gun on a 35. He's looking to throw. He puts it up. He has a man at Dremel. It's good for the first down, and he's finally brought down at the 34-yard line. Troy Smith called his name 3 times back to back to back, makes the hit on the first down catch and run.
Big third down conversion. Brian Remley has been Robbins' favorite receiver all season long. 54 catches for 867 yards and 8 touchdowns in 1995. Brian Remley.
And we've seen Robbins now be able to click. The ground game has sold a little bit for the passing attack. First down at the 35.
Smith caught in the backfield. And there to make the play on him was Matt Cope. And that one goes for only a gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8.
Nice job by Cope to get into the Bulldog backfield that time. Otherwise, Brian Smith has all kinds of running room over that line of scrimmage. The Barons now have to bear down and retake control of that line of scrimmage and thwart this drive on the part of Berwick.
To live action we go. They pitch it back. Brian Smith tries to turn it up, and that left side really crowded over there as Chad Weaver, 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, just really plugged the hole and again allowed the linebackers to come up and to finish the job.
And the line play is going to be a key to this second half. We said before the game that the stats favored the Berwick Bulldogs offensive line on Manheim's defense, but Manheim certainly been playing the ball game the way they want to through the first half.
George Curry apparently satisfied with nickel and diming Manheim Central's defense on the ground in the name of Brian Smith so far. Evidently, that secondary of the Barons really shutting down any openings for Dave Robbins and his receiving corps.
The pitch to Smith, and Smith is stacked up. Now, that's a real fine job right there on the part of Chad Weaver, who just refused to give ground. And that will bring up a fourth down play.
Right side of the line gives way, and in comes Manheim Central to hold that play.
Chad Weaver, 6 feet tall, 190 pounds. He's a senior. And Berwick on 4th down and 2, going for it here. Robbins going to try to do the job. Did he get there? This will depend on the spot. He stayed in bounds. It's very close. This was right along the Berwick sideline. Did he get it?
Yes, he did. First and goal, or first down at the 24, excuse me, for the Berwick Bulldogs on the march.
So Dave Robbins says, thank you very much, sir. I'll take it myself. Brad Ginder came up to take him on, and that's just a great effort on the part of Dave Robbins to lunge forward, and he got that by inches. Third first down of this drive. Berwick took the opening kickoff of the second half at their 35-yard line. Here's Stoyko, and Stoyko, very quick in hitting the hole, gets a couple. Give him a gain of 3. It'll make it a second down and 7.
Chad Weaver again on the hit for the Barons of Manheim Central.
As you look right into the eyes of Dave Robbins and Royce Stoyko.
And there's your workhorse for the Bulldogs. 53 yards, 5 catches. He's averaging just over 5 yards a carry in 1995. Ross Stoyko.
Smith, second down and 6. Corralled as the big arms of Steve Foote just reached out there and grabbed him.
Pursuit by the defense for Manheim, very good here. They're not letting the Berwick runners get that usual yard or 2 at the line of scrimmage, and they're not able to turn those into the big gains they normally would do.
Bo Moore in there busting up a block initially on the part of Berwick by Brian Laubaugh, and of course that allowed the pursuit to get in there and make the eventual stop.
Steve Foote, 253 pounds. Robbins from the shotgun. Looking.
Got a man.
Finally puts it up. It's complete. Remley. Touchdown, Berwick. So Remley went in motion, came back across the field. Robbins looked for him, and it was a great second effort that got him into the end zone.
No touchdown. They marked him out of bounds a little bit earlier, and it'll be a first down at about the 3-yard line.
Still a
so
huge
here we
play.
go. The Berwick fans don't appreciate this. You can be the judge. Was he out? Yes. Good call on the part of the official. Berwick still looking to get bigger.
Still a huge play, absolutely, and it's still a big play because Berwick's inside the 5.
Stoyko doesn't get in. The Manheim defense up to the task there to lead the defensive charge. Brad Ginder, 6'1", 170 pounds. And he played a lot bigger on that play. Berwick has taken the opening kickoff, and they have chewed up a large amount of time, 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. One way to keep Manheim Central from scoring is don't give them the football. You'll watch this one from behind. They give it to Stoyko. Stoyko dives up and over. Touchdown. This time, Berwick is on the board.
Stoyko with the dive, as you see the Bulldogs fans now with something to roar about here at Wilks-Barre Memorial Stadium. 17-6 the score. 6 minutes and 40 seconds on the drive. And if anything, they got the score, but did they use too much time? Because if Manheim comes back and mounts a drive, third quarter will be effectively killed. But here's the all-important point afters coming up by Tom Booth.
And Berwick, however, has gotten on the board 17-6. And we'll be right back.
American Bistro is Hershey's newest restaurant. You'll find their authentic espresso cappuccino bar and unique dishes like grilled portobello mushroom salad make Sibo a bistro. But you'll also find Yingling on tap, and there's little chocolates at the cash register. That's why Sibo's American. So come to Sibo American Bistro and discover the perfect mix of European flair and American taste. Now open for lunch and dinner. Route 322, adjacent to the Hershey Lodge. Phone 533-CIBO.
More minutes? More minutes? Yeah, more minutes will be nice.
You got it. Sign up with Cellular One right now and get 1,000 free minutes of local off-peak airtime every month until April 96.
Give me 1,000 free minutes, I'll turn it into 20 more sales.
The sooner you sign up, the more 1,000 free minutes of local off-peak airtime you get. And And it's a great gift idea.
Hey, Julia, thanks for the present.
This offer is good on great local plans, including the popular Mio phone. Get to Cellular One today.
Welcome back. Tom Boop's kickoff is a floater and picked up by Doherty at the 13-yard line. He's still on his feet and out to about the 30-yard line. 5 minutes and 13 seconds will remain here in the third quarter of action. 17-6 Manheim Central. Our coverage continues in a moment.
Don't play with your food. Don't pick. Don't reach. You know that's rude. Elbows off the table. Take small bites. Sit up straight. Chew it right. These are rules you might have heard, but take our word, Weaver. That's how to eat. Weaver. That's how to eat.
Now, enjoy the most beloved holiday classic like never before. Nutcracker on Ice. Starring Peggy Fleming, U.S. National Champions Nicole Bobick and Todd Eldridge, and a cast of world-class skaters. Experience the magic and majesty of the world's favorite holiday classic. Chrysler Town & Country presents Nutcracker as you've never seen it before on Ice. Friday, December 29th at Hershey Park Arena. Tickets are on sale now. Produced by S&G Productions.
Stephen Johns of WLYH TV. Before the game started, Mike Williams told me, we know Berwick is going to put points on the board. The key for us, the whole key in this ball game, is to come back and answer those points.
This is where the football game starts. From here on out, you're going to see a real chess game between George Curry and Mike Williams. And, of course, right now, Manheim Central has to answer.
Again, they find the hole in the seam. This one is complete to Brian Schaub. And Schaub has a first down for Manheim Central.
And they come out throwing on first down. So maybe a little bit of a surprise on that. Lockhart on the stop.
Brian Schaub's second reception of the afternoon had 23 catches in 95 for 230 yards. That's an average of 10 yards per. Nice job there by the 6'3", 182-pound junior.
We were told before the start of the game that Matt Nagy had the ability to put the touch on the ball that got it in the holes. And look at the job on the part of Brett Polk, who goes off the right side, found the hole, got a first down. He's at the 41-yard line of Berwick.
Lockhart again on the hit in the secondary. Makes the tackle, but the Barons come right back and apparently are answering that score by Berwick, leading 17-6.
Makes you wonder if Mike Williams in the locker room during the course of the halftime told his kids, look, they're going to come back and get a score. We need to answer when they do. And right now they're driving. Nagy will step back, puts it up, complete, and down to the 34-yard line goes Brett Polk. And again, coming up to make the stop was Brian Smith.
This is great play selection on the part of Mike Williams. He went pass, run, pass. This is a quick slant right over the line of scrimmage to Polk. Nice job to get him 6, 7, 8 yards. Keep the drive alive. Manheim Central marching.
Jerry Saperko also in on the last tackle for the Dogs of Berwick. Second down and 3. That is a design play. Nagy now pitches it back. And turning it up, Eric Ziegler. That's a very tough play to defend because what they do is fake into the line. It's not really an option. Then Nagy pulls it back. He looks like he's going to turn it up, and then he flips it back.
They work the play in the first half the same way. It worked the same way. They go to the near side of the football field, the closed end. That's what they're looking for. They're not taking the wide open side on the far open.
Neil, you almost need a Phi Beta Kappa to be able to run these plays. 3 different excursions or different options that you can use on that one play. Nagy working it to perfection.
A lot of experience in the quarterback positions on both squads. And he's inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. A late flag is thrown into the mix of things there. We'll wait and hold everything. The flag came late, and it came from the back judge. Manheim Central fans seem pleased with this. Personal foul against Berwick is the call. Let's get it officially. And so the Bulldogs, with only their second penalty of the game,
it'll bring up a 1st and goal from the 9. As you see the last play by Manheim Central before the flag flew.
And so once again, Manheim Central has the football inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st down, goal to go from the 9. Nagy, same play. This time he keeps it. Nagy to the 5. Pulled down from behind by Nick Dignan. Dignan is an interesting guy. His parents are deaf. He has foregone many Division I offers.
I'll tell you what, he might
go to the ministry.
He may have saved the touchdown on that play, too, just catching Nagy by the jersey to haul him down from behind.
And Nagy came up swinging his left wrist as if there might be something a little tender in there.
This is Kalk. And Kalk to the 2. And on the bottom of the pile for the Dogs is Ryan Mason.
Both coaching staffs doing a great job, as you see Mike Williams of Manheim Central, of utilizing all that is available to them. In the first half, the Barons going with Chris Barnett in the backfield, and of course now Colt, number 31, devastating the Berwick defense.
Nagy from the 4-yard line, looking to answer the Berwick touchdown. Nagy faked the pitch and then turned it up and was brought down on the play by Nick Dignan.
Brings up a 4th down. Now will they go for a field goal at a point like this or try to go for the 6?
Watch this play, though. Fake the handoff, fake the pitch, and then decide to run. If you're a defender, you're frozen at least 2, maybe 3 different times. Split decision-making when you go up against Manheim Central. Great offensive set.
They say their defense is good enough to hold. If they don't get in, they'll work from the shotgun with a 4th down and goal to go from the 3. Nagy shovel pass. It's not going to work. The Dog defense has held.
And was that a dangerous shovel pass? Barney Bowman, the Berwick defensive tackle, and they're almost intercepted that shovel pass, and Berwick holds on a crucial 4th down.
So for the first time in the last 3 series, Manheim Central does not get in. They scored on the second series, the second time they had the football. Then they got a field goal. Then they got a touchdown. This was the first time that they have not scored following the first series. And so the Dogs now will take over at their 5-yard line.
Robbins runs that one simply to get some running room out towards the 10. He's going to be brought down at about the 8 or 9-yard line. Sent 2 flankers out on the right side, but it was a run all the way. So if they needed a momentum gainer or a boost to the morale, they certainly got it as the defense held at the 5-yard line.
Basically, the only plus at this time for Manheim here in the 3rd quarter is they've taken a lot of time off of the clock.
And when you've got an 11-point lead and 12 minutes and 35 seconds to go, that's important.
Flags all over the place. And we'll wait to see and allow Bob Newberry, the referee, to sort this one out for us. Illegal procedure.
False start on the offense. 2nd down.
Ball moves back to the 5-yard line where it'll be a 2nd down and 10. Scoreboard clock says 30 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter of action. 3rd quarter being brought to you by Mays Driving. Dogs with a 2nd and 10. And Robbins looking to throw from his own end zone. Puts it up. Has a man. Complete. Brian Ahmed. And a 1st down for Berwick. That is the thing that makes Dave Robbins so tough. He's cool under pressure, rolls out of the pocket, looks up, finds his man, and puts it on the money.
Brian Ahmed looked like he was pulling down a rebound. 6 feet 5 inches tall, 198 pounds, and he's only a junior. 7 receptions for 120 yards this year and 1 touchdown.
That's it. time has expired. The third quarter is in the book, and the Dogs have drawn close. They now trail by 11, 17-6. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes right after this.
Seltzer sheds a new light on lunch meat. Lean beef with a touch of honey. 95% fat-free. Seltzer Slim Slices. The tasteful way to lighten up.
Is it any wonder families trust Hatfield? They care about quality because they care about you.
Nothing makes families feel more at home than Hatfield hot dogs. Other hot dogs just can't copy Hatfield's great taste. It's the hot dog you've loved ever since you were a kid. And the best part is, you never ever outgrow the taste of a Hatfield hot dog, no matter how old you are.
Families trust Hatfield.
Watch the Comedy Hour, weekdays at 4 on TV 15.
The fourth quarter of today's game is being brought to you by attorneys Kepner, and Corba and their staffs. 123 West Front Street in Berwick. Attorneys Kepner, and Corba, pleased to make the fourth quarter of today's game possible to you. Thanks for joining us here on PCTN through special arrangements, sending this one back to WLYH-TV in Lancaster and Lebanon. Now, I want to take this opportunity. Got a lot of friends down that way, and in particular to say hello to Bill and Becky Staines, watching down that way. How you doing, guys? Merry Christmas, and looking forward to catching up with you somewhere down the road. I'd also like to send along a special thanks to Jim Doyle of WHLM for joining us for the halftime piece, and also just for the many things that we've been able to share back and forth over the course of the years. Here's Dave Robbins, first play, fourth quarter, and Robbins out of the gun. Not sure exactly whether or not that play was designed as a quarterback draw. It didn't make any difference. Brett Culp was the man who brought him down. Let's take it to the field now, and Canio Costanzo, who has this update. Canio.
Roger, we heard George Curry say games are won in the trenches. The running game of Berwick, if they are going to get back into this one, will be the key. Robbins, Storico, and Smith, those players rushing the ball will clearly have to be a key for the Bulldogs if they're going to come back.
Robbins again from the shotgun. Takes down in the pocket, turns it up the field, still on his feet and looking for yardage. He's going to come up short of the first down. He's out to about the 27-yard line. That is not good enough to reach the yard-to-gain marker. We've been trying to educate people here, Steve and John, throughout the course of the year that it's not the first down marker, it is the yard-to-gain marker.
Well, the idea is to get 10 yards within the first 3 plays, and unfortunately, Dave Robbins, it does not look like he did it here. Good job by the secondary as well as the linebackers for Manheim Central to close in once he got into that secondary zone.
Quick note on the weather conditions. It's a beautiful day, but now we notice for the first time a very strong wind blowing from west to east. They're playing north to south, so the wind is a crosswind coming from the upper part of your picture onto the bottom. And it's a strong wind coming across at the first time today. I've noticed it, fellas, but Robbins and Nagy both seem to have the arm to deal with just about anything.
Yes, they do. We should tell you that this field was snow-covered earlier in the week, and through a none of effort on the part of many of the fine folks here at Memorial Stadium, it is now clear. Quarterback Keith, who was very close to the first down and is good for the first down. And again, a third down conversion as Berwick now with 2 first downs on this drive. Keep in mind, they began back at their own 5-yard line. They need 11 points down. And that's guys, a field goal, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion.
If you're the Berwick Bulldogs, time is a factor at this point. With just under 11 minutes to play, the Bulldogs have to strike, and they have to do it quickly.
This time Robbins works from up under center. Here comes pressure. He puts it up, and it's still complete out there to B.J. Seeley, who makes a fine catch and is close to first down yardage, but is going to be just a little bit short as we give you another look.
Seeley comes up with the catch, and he's swarmed immediately as you see Robbins jump pass downfield to his big number 80, and right away the white shirts are there. Taking a good look at B.J. Seeley, the man on the catch.
Second down and 1, 9 yards on the pass play, and here's Robbins. And Robbins was met right there by Troy Smith. And let me tell you a trick. If Troy Smith doesn't get him, there was nobody between Robbins and the goal line. Troy Smith that time credited him with a touchdown-saving tackle.
Got to stay home, and that's just what Smith does on this one. You can see Robbins in the clear.
Oh, excuse me. That's Gindner.
Gindner, 7.
Gindner.
First down for the Bulldogs at their own 43-yard line. 9:35 to go.
Brad, we put your picture up. You did the job. Nice work. First and 10 for the Dogs. Robbins off the play action.
Got a man.
Got a man. It is complete to Brian Remley. And Remley is all the way down to the 11-yard line.
Brian Schaub made the tackle. The catch by Remley at the 11, and there we see Robbins for the first time. Stephen, he aired that one out.
Brian Schaub, the man responsible on the coverage, the safety back on the play, Matt Culp, both of them fell behind. Remley comes up huge for Berwick. We mentioned that time now a factor. You see him behind the secondary and eventually being pushed out of bounds.
That ball in the air for about 50 yards. The Dogs knocking on the door. Stoico goes up the middle. Stoico on his feet. Stoico inside the 5-yard line. Berwick will be able to obtain a first down here. The yard-to-gain mark is at the 1. This will be a second down and 3.
They didn't go for the legs that time. They went for the shoulders, and Stoico rolled off the first tackle. Second effort brought him down to a second down and 3.
And he is all legs at upper body. You see him down low. As you mentioned, a high tackle up around the shoulders. He broke that and gets it inside the 5.
Close to the goal line. The Dogs say touchdown. The official has made no indication.
He's going to be inside the 1-foot line if there is such a place.
And that, Neil Bennett, is good for the first down.
8:38 on the clock, and the clock moving. 17-6. Manheim Central leading in the fourth quarter.
See if Robbins goes deep. Robbins touchdown. Dave Robbins left his line, make the initial charge, step to his right, and cut right in between the guard and the tackle, go into the end zone. Touchdown, Berwick. Do they go for 2? I think they have no choice.
I think you have to. And how big is that play to Brian Remley? Berwick's passing game virtually ineffective throughout the ball game. They come up with a big pass play to Remley and turn it into 6. We'll see what they decide to do with the extra point.
They're going to run it.
This could be the biggest play of the game. 2-point conversion attempt by the Dogs. And that hurt. Flags thrown. We'll wait on the official call, but if it was Berwick who moved first, now moves the ball back to the 7-yard line. Can Robbins throw it in from 7 yards? I hope to tell you.
I don't think there's any question you're going to see motion here. And I think if you're the Bulldogs, you still go for it.
Maybe what you say yourself is gives us more.
Ball start on the offense.
So the idea is even if you don't make it, you still have plenty of time to march down the field and score 6 more.
And you're going to need another score one way or another, be it a field goal to tie if you get the 2 points here, or the touchdown and the point to go ahead. They're going for it from the 7-yard line. Robbins puts it up. It's incomplete. The Dogs will need a touchdown if they are to battle back, assuming no answer on the part of Manheim. Remember, Manheim almost answered last time. We'll be right back. 17-12, Barriers.
perfect world, but at least you can count on San Giorgio pasta. For over 80 years, it's been cooking up perfectly every time, come rain or shine. San Giorgio, perfect pasta for an imperfect world.
This is what a Western should be. Compelling. A rollicking Western in the grand tradition. Gritty. Commanding.
Saturday night at 7 on TV 15. You are watching WLYH TV 15, CBS for the Susquehanna Valley.
Welcome back to live action. The kickoff is away. It is taken by Doherty at the 5-yard line. Doherty trying to turn it up. Doherty at the 25. Still on his feet and battling for yardage, and Manheim Central will have the football. First and 10 from the 31-yard line with 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter of action. We have a timeout on the field. When we come back, Manheim Central with the football, and they've got a 5-point lead.
You've been part of the fun. Now be part of the Hershey Entertainment and Resort Company team. We have immediate employment opportunities with the Hotel Hershey, Hershey Lodge and Convention Center, Hershey Park, and our many other divisions. Hershey Entertainment and Resort Company has numerous positions available for people of all ages.
Join us on December 27th for the Herco part-time and summer job fair from 9:30 until 3 p.m. at the Hershey Lodge and Convention Center. For additional information, call 717-534-3326.
Sure, people ask me why I want to be a McCain French fry. I mean, I am a potato, for crying out loud. Like I know this one spud ended up in one of those instant mashed potato boxes. He's on a shelf somewhere in Wyoming. I mean, is that a life? I mean, McCain French fries, they're loved all over the world. And honestly, I kind of like the idea of being adored far and wide. Feels good right here.
McCain potatoes become the most loved fries in the world. McCain, the world's #1 French fry.
17-12, 8 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter from Memorial Stadium. The battle of AAA. Nagy cuts it up. Nagy puts his head down and is close to the first down. Second down and 1 gives you an awful lot of options.
Scoring play by Berwick, 11 plays, 95 yards, 3 minutes and 55 seconds come off the clock. Here's that last play. Nagy on the keeper. He's going to fake the option once again, trying to freeze the defenders. He's going to be a great salesman in his later life.
He runs that play so beautifully, and again, giving the defense so many different things to think about.
And what kind of hands do you need to have to make that look that easy and to be that sure with a football? This is a kid, no doubt, has a lot of great potential in front of him. Nagy looking to throw, puts it up, and you got to think that Brett Kolk just either lost that in the sun because he's looking right into the sun and didn't have an opportunity to see that. Here on the sideline, Canio Costanzo. Canio.
Roger, you've got to be very impressed with what Berwick has done defensively, especially considering the type of offense that they're going up against. The veer option offense is not one that you see on a common occurrence offensively around high school football. It's one thing to defend the run and shoot. It's another thing to try to defend this thing.
Nagy, loose football. Who's got it? The Dogs say they do. What does the officials say? The Barons say they do. And the Dogs win the argument. Berwick football at the 43-yard line. They give it up. They gain the Barons on a fumble.
All right, see if you can see where this ball comes loose and what happens. Nagy
is beside himself. He can't believe it.
Dave Robbins now takes over at quarterback. 6 for 6 on the afternoon, 107 yards passing. Brian Remley's caught 3 passes for 77 yards.
Brian Smith tripped up in the backfield. Great shoestring tackle. Matt Culp is the man who got him for the Barons. Gain on the play of 3. It'll be a second down and 7.
Bulldogs just beyond their 40-yard line of Manheim Central. 6:40 and the clock ticking.
This is only the 6th time in the ball game that the Bulldogs have had the football. And what that means is some rather sustained drives that have eaten up a lot of time. Normally at this point in the game, you're into the ninth possession. Here's Ross Stoico. He doesn't want to go down. Ross Stoico. We'll get that out. Tongue twister for me. Ross Stoico to the 38-yard line. 3rd down and 4.
Stoico big, especially through the legs, as you see. A good shot there of his thighs. Just a bulldog literally inside. Hit twice in the backfield. The last time by Brett Polk, and as you mentioned, he would not go down. And at this point, the momentum has swung completely in the direction of the Berwick Bulldogs.
3rd down and 4. Robbins to Smith. And Smith comes up short of the 1st down. And that will bring up a 4th down play for Berwick.
Watch Brian
down
Smith.
at about 2.
It reminds you of Marcus Allen, just the way he cuts and spins and moves and does everything he can to get every last yard out of every time he gets the ball.
This is an incredibly big play. The Dogs need 2 yards. That's going to be close.
If it is, it's second effort. Robbins was stopped and dove forward. Watch the spot, watch the measurement. The clock is stopped with 5 minutes and 11 seconds left.
I think he got it.
And I think the officials aren't going to take any chances on making this call just from sight. They're going to bring the chains in. Send along our thanks to both coaching staffs for their cooperation in working with PCTN. It's a Berwick 1st down. So this game, we had mentioned before, the trademark of this game has been 3rd down conversions and an occasional 4th down conversion, none bigger than this one.
Number 7 working on number 7, and Dave Robbins spins off it. The second effort gets it. Number 7, the quarterback number at Berwick for many, many years. And Dave Robbins wears it as proudly as anybody.
Smith. Great shoestring tackle right on the sideline, and the man who makes the hit again is Matt Culp. Culp is not big, 6'1", but only 156 pounds. He's just a sophomore, some room to fill out, and those of us that get older know about filling out.
And on that play, he's keying on Smith, who got the ball on that left tackle's side. Culp watching him the entire play and did a good job to bring him down behind the line of scrimmage.
9 first downs for Berwick in this half.
6th play of this drive. And the Dogs have found the Manheim defense very stingy. Robbins caught from behind. And I think we called this number before.
Guess who?
Big Paul Moore.
He has had a day, and he does a great job there from that right defensive side. Oh, can he move? Fighting off a blocker, catching up with Robbins on the blind side, and eventually winning the wrestling match.
That's Paul Moore. We have a timeout on the field. This one is taken by the Berwick Bulldogs. They're facing a 3rd and 10 situation when we return to Memorial Stadium. 17-12, Manheim Central with the lead.
Why Stroman bread is Pennsylvania's favorite. Let the children tell you why.
Because it's fresher and softer. Because it tastes good. It's soft. I don't know, I like the taste better.
Stroman makes so many good sandwiches.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I like lettuce and tomatoes on it.
And guess what happens when you don't make a sandwich with Stroman bread?
I had a big problem with eating it, but I ate it eventually. Feed it to my dog.
Oh, my Stroman bread. Kids know good when they taste it.
Face off with the Hershey Bears for another smashing, crashing season. Don't miss the thrills, the chills. Grab the excitement of Hershey Bears hockey most Saturday and Wednesday nights at Hershey Park Arena. Call 534-3911 for tickets and schedule information. Hershey Bears hockey. It's in your face.
Well, George Curry has delivered the play personally to Dave Robbins, who steps back. He's looking to throw. It's a screen pass. It's complete to Smith. And Smith has a 1st down at the 21-yard line. Chad Weaver They're on the stop, along with 65, Greg Hauser.
Smith with 15 carries, good for 51 yards. Takes that one for a big first down on the screen pass from Robbins.
Look at the call, and look at the blocking. He's got 3 blockers in front of him. Manheim Central actually does a good job to get to Smith when they do, but a great call in this situation on 3rd and 10.
Stoico battles all the way to the 16-yard line. Gain of about 5. It'll make it a 2nd down and 5.
If you notice on that screen pass, one of the blockers in front, Denzel Hacker, seemed to lose his balance, but regained his position long enough to make a block on the play. 3:16 remaining in the ball game. 5-point difference, so we'll say very difficult situation here to end up in a tie, Roger.
I don't think that's going to happen. Stoico close to first down yardage. And for the 2nd time on back-to-back plays, Phil Weaver on the bottom of the pile. He got an assist in there from Chad Weaver. And that is good for a first down.
George Curry
and the Berwick
and the Bulldogs in the driver's seat right now. Stoico 5'9" and 190 pounds. That one good enough for a first down with just under 3 minutes to play. They've got all the time in the world to get into the end zone.
Mike Williams got to feel that knot coming up in his stomach, saying, oh, no, not again. Robbins caught from behind. Big. Oh,
Moore. What a day is he having. That's got to be at least his 9th, maybe 10th tackle this afternoon. He had 96 of them in 1995, and he's just a man possessed. Bo Moore not willing to give in to the Berwick Bulldogs.
2nd down and 10. The ball is at the 12-yard line. 2 minutes, 25 seconds and counting in this one.
Manheim Central has all 3 timeouts. Berwick has 2 left.
Stoico. Is tripped up. Chris Barnett was the first man to get a hand on his shoe. And then a number of Barons finish him off, including Eric Ziegler, who has played such an important role in this game. Berwick has had the football for 11 plays on this drive. This play began at the 43-yard line, their own, with 7:19 left in the game, 2:02 on the clock. We have a timeout on the field with Berwick trying to drive and looking for the go-ahead touchdown as we keep it here. If you're Mike Williams, you got to be saying, oh, come on, guys. We got to do this. We can do it. Stop them 2 downs. We can put this one away. If you're George Curry, you got to be saying we got them right where we want them.
What is it about these 2 teams every time they get together? I mean, they match up so well. You see Mike Williams there. His squad has led the entire afternoon. It's now all on the shoulders of the Barons defense.
This game almost a carbon copy of last year's game. A few touchdowns less in the ball game. But last year, it was Manheim Central driving when Berwick killed the drive. It'll be interesting to see what happens here on this one. Well, George Curry, the mentor out there, making sure everybody knows what's up.
The key to the defense, Manheim Central is outmanned size-wise, but if they've been going on adrenaline, they just found another bottle of it someplace.
2 minutes and 2 seconds left. Berwick with a 3rd down and 10 from their own 13-yard line. The clock will start when the ball is snapped. And Robbins will roll to the right. He's looking. No one there. Robbins does it up. Robbins! Not quite in. Robbins at the 1.
Heads-up call as he was looking for B.J. Seeley, number 80 in the right corner. Seeley was covered up. Robbins tucked it under the arm and ran it in.
It's a straight roll right. He's looking for a receiver. Nobody open. Look at the blocking he has to that right side. Nobody in the secondary. The linebackers were keying inside on the run, and it wasn't there.
Robbins. First and goal from the 1. Robbins hits for the touchdown. And Berwick, for the first time in the game, with 1 minute 36 seconds left in regulation time, sees an 18-17 lead. Now, here comes the question, do you go for 2? Again, I vote yes. We'll see what George Curry does.
Well, here's a coincidence. Last year, in this game, Berwick scored the go-ahead touchdown to take the lead 37-30, 1:37 remaining. This time, it's 1:36, and they go ahead 18-17. And no West Coast fans here tonight. We haven't seen anybody leave Wilkes-Barre Memorial Stadium, and I don't think you're going to, as you're looking at number 1. Tom Booth, who has 51 PATs on the season, missed his first one here today.
You got to think with timeout on the field as Berwick, with 1 minute and 36 seconds, a 1-point lead, you got to think that they're going to go for 2.
Well, there's 2 reasons you think they're going to go for 2. Number 1, you kick the PAT, you allow your opposition to beat you with a field goal. That's number 1. But more importantly, you have to think about the personality and the character of George Curry. What kind of a coach is he? Well, he's aggressive, and he's not about to leave the door open. If he has a play, which I'm sure he does, that he feels Dave Robbins can execute, along with his team, to get it into the end zone for that 2-point conversion, you can bet that's exactly what Berwick's going to do. They're going to win the game, not allow someone to take it from them.
Robbins will work from the shotgun. And in motion will bring Brian Remley. And Robbins is sacked.
Big defensive play.
Joe Doherty came blowing right in from the left side. And we have a 1-point ball game, 1:36 to go. Can Manheim pull this out? They need a field goal. We'll see when we return.
A Hershey Park Season Pass is more than just a ticket to ride. It's your ticket to all the great rides, fun games, and spectacular sights of Hershey Park. But it's also your pass to some of the greatest entertainment around. All summer long in the amphitheater, you'll see one great performance after another. Plus, your season pass is good for special discounts on admission to select Hershey Park Stadium summer concerts. A Hershey Park Season Pass is only $70.95, now through December 31st, 1995. Also enjoy free summer parking, admission to Hershey Museum and Hershey Gardens, year-round admission to Zoo American North American Wildlife Park, and over $150 in money-saving coupons good throughout Hershey. For information or to order, call 717-534-3900.
Lonesome Dove, tonight at 7 on TV 15.
Joe Doherty took a bouncing kick at the 17-yard line. He's returned it, to the 27-yard line, where 73 yards from pay dirt, but not that many for a field goal. Stand between Manheim Central and a go-ahead field goal attempt. Nagy puts it up, and stepping out of bounds is Brian Schaub. Only a few seconds come off the clock, 1 minute and 15 left up there.
Nice job by Schaub and Nagy to connect on that play. This is the drive. This is the drive for Matt Nagy to exercise the ghost of 1994. He's got 1 minute 15 to do it. Let's see what Manheim Central can do.
2nd down and 1. 3 seconds come off of the clock. And it'll be a 3rd down and 1. Interesting ball game. First half pretty much owned by Manheim Central. Second half owned by Berwick. And now Manheim Central being asked to suck it up and step up. This time Nagy will work from up and under the center on a 3rd down and 1 play. Keep in mind, unofficially, they have all of their timeouts left. Nagy fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 4th down play and a timeout called. 1 minute, 2 seconds remain here in the 4th quarter, and that was a humongous play. We have a timeout on the field. We'll be right back.
Direct from their hit network special, the world's greatest magicians live on stage. Experience the adventure and power of Grand Illusion. Wild and beautiful First Lady of Magic, Melinda. Magic's hottest sensation, Brett Daniels. Ridiculous and outrageous, Matt King. And world champion Greg Fruin. Sponsored by Milton Bradley's Magic Works. Don't miss the world's greatest magician.
Appearing at Hershey Park Arena. Tickets on sale now. Call 534-3911.
SIBO American Bistro is Hershey's newest restaurant. You'll find their authentic espresso cappuccino bar and unique dishes like grilled portobello mushroom salad make SIBO a bistro. But you'll also find Yingling on tap, and there's little chocolates at the cash register. That's why SIBO's American. So come to SIBO American Bistro and discover the perfect mix of European flair and American taste. Now open for lunch and dinner. Route 322, adjacent to the Hershey Lodge. Phone 533-CIBO.
The game is on the line. There has been no bigger play for the Barons of Manheim Central, probably in the history of their school. 4th down and 3. Nagy will work from the shotgun. They need to keep the drive alive.
5 receivers.
Nagy cuts it up. Nagy has the first down. He's looking for the sideline and gets out of bounds. Stopping the clock with 54 seconds left. Nagy actually had gained about another yard or two, but wanted to get out of bounds, and that will keep the drive alive for the Barons. Watch Nagy on this play. Matt Nagy, talk about a heady ball player. This is one smart cookie.
He got by number 90 and looked for the stick that said first down and wanted to get out of bounds. If they had gotten him at that point, he wouldn't have been happy, but he got out of bounds. He stopped the clock. He picked up a first down, 54 seconds.
He has shown what an incredible athlete he really is. Number one, just to get away from the surging defense in the backfield initially, then to get the first down, then to race all the way to the sideline to get out of bounds, and most importantly, stop the clock with 54 seconds.
And absolutely stretched it out, full extension, just to get the ball out of bounds. Matt Nagy, superb job. We have seen 2 extremely fine football programs here this afternoon on the part of both clubs. It is indeed a shame, as they have said many times, that someone will need to lose this one. On the bright side of that, it is these kind of situations that make for heroics. Right now, it is Dave Robbins for Berwick, who has rallied his team. They were down 17-0.
What happened here on the sidelines, one of the photographers for one of the newspapers was hit on the last play as Nagy dove out of bounds, and he is down.
I wouldn't want Nagy to hit me. I've seen him run. Very quickly, let's take you to the sideline. Here's Connie Costanzo. Connie?
Roger Neal is one of the still photographers who are working this ball game, probably from a newspaper or a local magazine, but from first glance, it looks like it's possibly a broken leg, hopefully nothing serious, but some of the Berwick players who got a look at the injury were using the words gruesome to describe what occurred, so hopefully the injury is not as bad as it was described. Gentlemen?
Well, certainly that will create what is known in the business as stretch time, because if that indeed is the case, by the time they bring out an ambulance, what does that do to both of these teams whose emotions were peaked? And you have Manheim Central coming off the emotion of getting a very tough first down to keep the drive alive, and now the game is going to be delayed, we would guess, for an indefinite period of time here.
Roger, I don't think it'd be emotional for the players as well as at the time for the coaches to get everything set offensively and defensively. It's a timeout that you don't like to see, but it's one that certainly both in a one-point ball game are going to take advantage of the opportunity. 54 seconds to go. Berwick leads 18-17. They trailed 17-0 at the half. So it was Manheim Central's game at the half. Berwick has been a different club in the second half, as they have been in all their previous playoff games this year.
You see just a portion of the real fine crowd here this afternoon. Old Glory waving in the wind, breeze blowing across the field, actually from the far corner of the end zone to the near corner of the end zone, almost diagonally from the back of the field over there, clean across over to the near side. And it would appear as though we may not be real long here on the sideline, and we would certainly send along our best wishes and hope that it was nothing serious on the part of one of the paparazzi who come out here to do such a great job and make all of those photographs possible to you in your local newspapers.
Great shots of the capacity crowd, and now of course, the Barons of Manheim Central High School, who have really been impressive here this afternoon. Coming back, trying to win for the first time in 4 meetings, consecutive meetings between these two teams, coming up on the short end of a 37-30 loss last year. Matt Nagy, of course, has led this team the entire way. He has made a couple of mistakes today, but for the most part, he has been where this team has needed him to be, and that is in the driver's seat, in control. And, of course, he's trying to get it done here toward the end of the game.
We say thanks for being part of our telecast this afternoon. 54 big seconds left to go up on the clock. I'm Roger Snyder. My partner normally, Neil Bennett, in the booth, and we were joined today by Stephen John. And Stephen, it's been our pleasure to have you in here, and glad that you were able to take in the game and add some vital color to the fans back in WLYH TV land.
Roger, I know they're thrilled to death to be able to see this on television, and the pleasure is mine. Believe me, I've really enjoyed it, and we've got some football left, some of the best this afternoon.
Certainly this one's not going to come down to a tie, but Manheim Central right now needing about half a football field to be in field goal position. And we should tell you that prior to the start of the game, while warming up, the field goal kicker, Chris Thompson, was nailing them out of the stadium, and was doing so with considerable ease. Now, he would be kicking into a crosswind, and right now that flag is basically blowing from the far side as you look at it from the far side here to the near side, and that would have to be figured into any equation. A nice hand from the crowd to the photographer. We have no name, and most times, and a lot of times, these things, you want to check them out and just make sure from a precautionary standpoint, but certainly we would hope that everything would work out just fine for the fallen photographer. Well, 54 seconds are left. The ball is marked, ready for play. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Matt Nagy from the shotgun. High snap. Nagy has it. Nagy steps up, and Nagy is going to go out of bounds at the 42-yard line. 5 seconds come off the clock. It shows 49 seconds. Nagy that time, it looked for a moment like he may have a lane as he split a pair of Berwick backs, and a nice job there on the part of Nagy to pull that one down. Watch this. He steps up, splits a couple of defenders, and then heads to the sideline.
Crucial part of that play was the high snap. That could have been the time Berwick needed to cover a quick in that secondary.
49 seconds remain. Nagy this time gets a good snap. The pocket floats right. He puts it up, intercepted. Bryant Smith down the sideline, pushed out of bounds by Nagy. A flag is thrown, and Bryant Smith may have just made the biggest play of his career at Berwick. Nagy was the man who finally ran him out of bounds, but Berwick about to pull an unbelievable come-from-behind win.
And the picture that was not on your screen, the man who was there on the play, number 7, Dave Robbins for Berwick, with his arms around the quarterback, Nagy, after the interception. Watch this. Here's Nagy throwing downfield. The interception, clear. No problem with possession on that one.
Great hands on the part of Bryant Smith. The pass is going to be intended for Schaub. He was open and would have had the first down, and I would expect Nagy there on the sideline, dejected. It'll be a tough night for him. Berwick probably going to take to a knee as Dave Robbins will start the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen one of the finest football games when you talk about two superb teams. I can only say this to those of you who are watching this telecast down on WLYH. Berwick came in here and throughout most of the season rated top in the country. And Manheim Central, your Barons, were every bit as good, falling short by only 1 point.
I want to say how impressed I am with every single member of each team who is in uniform today. As you mentioned earlier, Roger, unfortunately someone has to come out on the short end as Berwick gets set to celebrate their victory. There are no losers on the field this afternoon. You won't be able to tell Matthew Nagy that for some time, but that youngster, I'll tell you, and an entire team showed me more character here this afternoon. Both of these teams, Berwick coming back from a 7 deficit and then coming back to win the ball game in fashion like this. We just can't say enough about these kids, their parents, and of course their entire families.
17-0 was the halftime score. Berwick came right back. They got 6 on their first drive, and Dave Robbins on a couple of one-yard runs brought the score to 17-12 and finally 18-12 as he scored on a 13-play drive as he capped it with a one-yard run. This has been everything that we had expected this game to be. Berwick, of course, will advance to the state title game next weekend in Altoona. No strangers to making that trip, and it will be a long ride home for the Barons of Manheim Central. But if it were possible to pass this message down to the players of Manheim Central, gentlemen, you should hold your head high. You have achieved greatly here this afternoon at Memorial Stadium.
And so have their fans on the far side all afternoon. They were in every play. Of course, when they had the lead, it was easy, but when things got going Berwick's way in the second half, the fans never quit, and most of them are still there waiting to salute the Barons as they conclude the handshake at the center of the football field. No incidences, nothing, 2 great programs, 2 super coaches. Everybody shook hands, everybody came off the field. You don't always see that, but it's a credit to the coaches in the schools and the programs at both schools to see that.
The applause and appreciation of perhaps one of the finest football games. They said last year's game was one of the best football games that you could ever want to see. Well, this one certainly lived up to that billing and to that expectation. We should tell you that because of time limitations on our telecast and because of the PIAA's rule that does not permit coaches' interviews until a 15-minute cooling off period has passed at the end of the game, that we will not be having an interview with either coach. But we want to say that this has indeed been a great thrill for us here to bring you this one. And again, we say thank you to the fine folks at WLYH TV. And it has been our pleasure to deliver this game back to you there, as well as to fans throughout northeastern Pennsylvania. The picture tells the story. The field is now vacated, except in the far right-hand side by the 50-yard line, the huddle on the part of the Barons of Manheim Central. They have much to be proud of. They have played gallantly here this afternoon, and we send along a tremendous salute to the Barons of Manheim Central, and along with that, congratulations to the guy who's so tough to beat, George Curry of the Berwick Bulldogs. Before my partner in the booth, Neil Bennett, Stephen Johns from WLYH TV, Tonio Costanzo on the sideline, and the best PCTN sports team. We say thanks for being part of our telecast. I'm Roger Snyder. You have been watching the station where you get the event, not just the highlights. Thanks for joining us. So long from Memorial Stadium. The Dogs, the victors here this afternoon, 18-17.